How to lose weight and boost your performance by curing dysbiosis. Coming up. Hi everyone, this is Dr. Ernesto, and on this channel we give you health and wealth tips to help you be more successful. Now today I'm filming in Laughlin, Nevada, right on the river, and I wanted to share this beautiful view with you. It's Christmas time, so you hear this beautiful music. Okay, so obviously one of the most common questions I get from patients is, Doc, how can you help me lose some weight? It's a really easy but difficult question to answer. A lot of times people just think it's the simplest thing. They think it's energy in and energy out, right? So if you eat less, then obviously you're gonna lose weight if you burn more calories than what you're taking in. That's one way of looking at it. But another way to look at it is in terms of your microbiome. Microbiome is basically the collection of all the bacteria in your body. That's your gut, that live on your skin, that are in your tear ducts, in your mouth, and pretty much everything, all your bodily fluids, everything. And you have to have a balance in all this bacteria. If you don't have a balance, they don't coordinate, they don't work together. You have something called dysbiosis, which is basically like an imbalance in your bacterial system. So what I tell patients is that when you go to eat, obviously you're gonna eat whatever you like, but look at not only what you want to eat, but what your bacteria want to eat, and feed them the food they want so they can flourish. So there's two components to this. You've probably heard these words before: prebiotics and probiotics. Now what's the difference? Prebiotics are the food that the bacteria like to eat, like asparagus, basically fruit and vegetable fiber. They like that because when you eat, let's say, an apple, your body can actually break down the fiber in fruits and vegetables. You need bacteria. You have about 200 trillion different types of, or individual bacteria in your body. You have a lot of them. So they help you break down these illegal saccharides or the sugars that are in this fiber so you can absorb the nutrients into your body. So without the bacteria, you wouldn't be able to absorb a lot of the nutrients and the things that you eat. They're kind of like the middlemen. Without them, you'd go nowhere. You'd get really sick and you'd probably die because the food would go right through you. Now, the better you feed these bacteria with the prebiotics, with basically the fiber they like, the more probiotics you're gonna have, which are the bacteria. Now, you can introduce bacteria into your body by eating kefir, eating fermented foods like miso, kimchi, yogurt. But most bacteria you actually buy in the store that are commercially made actually have no bacteria in them because they're pasteurized. It's kind of interesting. They need the bacteria to ferment the milk into yogurt, but then it has to get pasteurized according to the government in the US and in many other countries, so they wipe out all the bacteria. So in actuality, yogurts are not a real good source of bacteria, but kefir, or some of these yogurts that are like fermented and kind of bitter, they do still have bacteria in them. So those are good sources. So those are gonna introduce some of the bacteria types you need. Now, I see patients and they ask, well, Doc, how long do I have to do this? I drink some kombucha for a few days or for a week? It actually takes weeks to grow the colonies. You have to eat more fiber, fruits and vegetables, and then you can take some probiotics. I like live ones versus the pills. You can take pills also. Those have some, they help a little bit, but I actually like the live stuff. You drink the bacteria and then you start to grow some of it. Remember, you have over 200 trillion bacteria in your body. There's hundreds of different species. So you're not gonna introduce all the bacteria you need by drinking a kefir, which has a lot, has about 12 different types. Most yogurts have about 2 types of bacteria in them. But it's gonna work as a catalyst for you to start growing other types of bacteria that you need. And the more that you eat food that isn't completely washed, when you wash your fruits and vegetables, don't use soap. Just use a little water. And if you have a little dirt on your fruits and vegetables, that's even better. Try to buy some fruits and vegetables at the farmer's market, somewhere where they've been fresh picked and they're natural. Those tend to have bacteria growing on the outside of the fruit or the vegetable that are healthy for you. Then chop them up and eat them in your salad. You're gonna introduce more bacteria that way. I like that as a really easy way to add bacteria to your body that you need. That's from the environment you live in. Wherever you live in the world, there's a whole different ecosystem of animals and bacteria and plants and everything. So you need to expose your body to the bacteria that are wherever it is you live. You don't want to be too clean, washing everything and disinfecting constantly. You definitely want to have a clean house and take a shower and all those kinds of things. That's different. But I'm talking about your food. Your food doesn't have to be super clean. You want to keep some of that dirt on it and some of that bacteria, so it helps introduce it into your microbiome and you get integrated into the environment where you live. Now, what's going to happen when you do that? Well, there's basically the good and the bad bacteria. And actually, it's all good. You actually need all of them. So if you eat a lot of animal protein, you're going to need more of what they call the bad bacteria to break it down. So you're going to need that stuff. The problem is with them is that they eat a lot of the mucosal lining. They help destroy it, the one in your intestines. So your intestines are actually lined with mucus, just like your nose is, your nostril. You put your nose in here, you're going to feel it's kind of wet. That's the way it is all through your body. So that helps the food you eat slide through your body. But if you eat a lot of animal protein, they eat it up. So you're gonna have more problems with constipation. You're gonna have like hemorrhoids, you're gonna have ulcers, because that mucus is not there to protect you. So the acid in your stomach can actually get through, damage the tissue, cause cancer, a lot of other issues. Now, as you eat more fiber, what they call the good bacteria is gonna help build up that mucosal barrier. It's gonna be thicker. So food is going to slide through much easier. The fiber is going to help get it through your body easier. And actually, the fiber actually causes a slow release of the sugar from the food you're eating into your body. So it helps regulate your blood sugar. So there's a lot of benefits. Whereas if you don't eat fiber, let's say you eat a donut or something, it's going to go right in. And it's going to take a long time to get out because there's no fiber to push it out. Or if you eat a steak, nothing's pushing it out, plus it's sitting there a long time, so your body's going to absorb a lot more sugar out of it fast, and that's not good. It's going to cause you to gain weight. So you don't want that. You want the food to get out of you quickly, and you want the fiber to slow down the absorption, so you only absorb the stuff that you actually need. Now, as I mentioned, dysbiosis is that imbalance between the good and the bad. And again, you do need both of them. So you need to eat a variety of foods, and every day when you go to eat, think of a rainbow. Roy G. Biv, I remember from chemistry: red, orange, yellow, green, indigo, and violet. You might not find foods that are violet, but you can find things that are purple. So get a variety of foods and try to eat a variety every day so you can feed a variety of different bacteria. Different bacteria actually need different types of nutrients. So that's why I tell my athletes and my patients is, hey, you need to eat a variety so you can keep a variety of bacteria in your body. That's going to help you keep leaner. And actually, recent studies have been showing that people that balance their bacteria can see a increase in performance of 22%. That is huge. Now, I have some people I work with that are professional basketball players, football players, college athletes. All they do is pound meat. They eat chicken breast every day and beef, and hey, doc, I need protein. That's totally wrong. That's not the way to get optimal performance. Forget about all the damage it's going to do to your body in terms of aging you, slowing you down, causing cancer, all these other things. You need balance. And if you get that balance, studies have shown you're going to increase your performance by 22%. Now think about if you're a marathon runner or something, or you're a sprinter. That's going to make a huge difference. That can make you world class. So it could separate you from the men and the boys. So thank you again for listening. And if you have any questions, please comment below. From Laughlin, Nevada, Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.